Hello, and welcome to the Ask the Expert interviews, where we talk about all things that involve healthcare, finances, free resources, and other important senior-related topics. I'm David with Senior Life Publication, covering the west coast of Florida and mainly servicing the Tampa Bay market.
And I'm Stephen Halstead with Oasis Senior Advisors. And before we get going with Stacy Boland today, we're going to thank the Village Inn on 4th Street North here in St. Pete for hosting us. If you haven't ordered your pies for the holidays, get on the phone because the holidays are right around the corner. Stacy, it's so good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you so much.
So we were just talking, we talk a lot.
Yes, we do.
But most people don't know who you are. So tell us who you are and tell us who you work for.
So I'm Stacy Boland. I'm the Director of Outreach at Area Agency on Aging of Pasco and Pinellas. And we are an agency that serves seniors and adults with disabilities in those two counties.
Awesome. And honestly, the work that I do, where I work with seniors, they call me for, assisted living and independent living and things like that. Yeah. But a lot of time what I'm doing is referring them to other agencies for things that I can't provide. And you would be, I would say 9 out of 10 calls that I get, the agency is a referral source for those families. But I'd say 4 out of 10 don't even know the agency exists.
Right,
honestly.
right. No, I think that's fair. I had not heard of it either until a couple of years ago. But really, if you think about Area Agency on Aging, we cover Pasco and Pinellas, but there are area agencies on aging across the country. There's over 600 in total. And in the state of Florida, there's 11. So our agency actually is kind of like a one-stop shop for seniors and adults with disabilities. And so if somebody were to call in with a question, looking for a resource, 9 times out of 10, we're going to be able to provide that to them.
That's awesome.
So, Stacy, tell us a little bit about how are you able to get the word out about the different things that you can actually help seniors with? It sounds like sometimes they don't know those resources, not only just within Pasco and Pinellas County, but how do they try to, or what's your outreach, I guess, strategy is really getting them the information that they need most?
No, I think that's a great question. And right now, due to COVID, it's a little bit different than normally. But a lot of word of mouth, a lot of events in the past, different senior expos, Rotary clubs. Anytime that there is a place that's willing to open up their space and they're looking for vendors, we would go. Social media is great for us too. Yeah. But a lot of it is word of mouth because most people haven't heard of us before.
Right. And if they have, it could be just a passing news story or maybe not necessarily positive. I mean, there's a lot of negative things that people jump onto.
Sure.
But tell us about some of those, just a brief list of some of those programs that the agency actually can offer to people or services.
Sure. I think the most common resources we're talking about are things like food insecurity. So people have heard of Meals on Wheels. So that's associated with us. Transportation, housing, legal issues, caregivers, support for caregivers, assisted living, Medicare resources, those sorts of things.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff.
It's a mouthful.
It is. There's a lot of acronyms,
but there's a lot of things that you do, which is really obviously invaluable. But really during COVID, Stacy, what do you find that one really thing that a lot of seniors really need to know about what the Agency on Aging really does best, and why would they need to call you? Or what's that one thing you really want to emphasize right now during COVID?
Sure. I think right now, as we're going into fall and winter, and people are thinking about whether or not they're going to have enough money for food, whether they're going to have enough money for their utility bills. There is a program. This is just one of many programs, but it is the Emergency Home Assistance Program for elderly. And this is not just COVID specific, but it's good to know right now, if there is a low-income family that has one senior in the household over the age of 60, you may qualify. Amazing. So if you're facing a shutoff, if you've gotten behind on your electric bills, if maybe you have had a situation where the heating isn't working, you can access that program. We call it eHeap, but it's really the Emergency Home Assistance Program for elderly. And you can really access it through our hotline number.
Okay.
And that's easy to remember. So it's 1-800-963-5337. And that really is the number that people can utilize for any questions that they might have, any kind of resources that they're looking for. That's the main number to call.
Yeah, it's so important because I think some people don't know where to reach, and
Right.
and as we all know, and I can put myself in that same category. Honestly, if I needed help, I don't know that I would reach out. You know what I'm saying?
But how many stories, I don't know if you can give us an example, Stacey, of how many people just are so desperate when they give you a call.
That's right.
They probably at the end of their rope, they don't know what to do or where to get these resources and everything. Can you give us an example real quick of
It's
you
tough.
have, or there's so many, I bet.
Well, it's
that you
tough
can
because
tell us about.
the voice on the other line is a real person.
Mhm.
It's a person that works for our agency here locally, and there's story after story. And like you said, usually when somebody is calling us, it's because they've tried other things. And sometimes we're the last resort where I wish, and hopefully through things like this, getting the word out, we might be the first resort so that you're not in a position where you're feeling desperate and where to turn. So there are a lot of times where we're taking those calls from people that have been, look, our seniors have been socially isolated for what is it, like 8 months now?
It's a long time.
And so that coupled with the stress of finances, not knowing what the future looks like, it's been a challenging time. But there's a friendly voice on the other end of the call, so
And I
that's
love
good
it
to
when
know.
you said, make it your first choice if possible.
Yes,
Just letting people know this information, and there's no reason why if you need help, why you shouldn't reach out. Because
Exactly.
that's why the agency was set up in the first place.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And so we just need people to know that.
to know that we're here and
I
that they can
know-
call us.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I know statistics because we were talking about this last week. Typically, I think you said, and I'm going to paraphrase, but
Yep.
you said in 2019, by October, Meals on Wheels had served like 300,000 people.
Mhm.
Then this year, they've served over 800,000 people.
The
Staggering.
numbers
Yeah.
are staggering.
So the need is there. And I remember you said to me, I hate that that's the case, but at the same time, I'm so proud that we're here to take care of that.
Exactly.
Because if it wasn't for the agency and Meals on Wheels and the partners that come along
It's
with
the
that,
partners.
right?
Absolutely.
We wouldn't be able to help those people, and we want people to receive the help that they need by any means.
That's right. That's right. And that's ongoing. The help is still happening. It's still ongoing, and we're just here to serve.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Well, I can't believe all the great things that you do day in, day out, Stacey. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I know from Stephen's heart too as well. What a great job you guys do. I know what's great about with our industry in the healthcare market that we've been involved with so long, we know where to go, but everybody else out there really doesn't know or where to begin. Not only that, but with caregivers, the sons and daughters who are going to try to help their moms and
That's
dads
right.
because, they really don't know where to turn to. So
Right.
where else or other resources can they find you? Like say on the internet? I know you just gave us a great hotline to get in touch with.
So yes, they can get in touch with us through the hotline, social media, of course, and then our website is agingcareflorida.org.
Sure.
So that's the other way that you can get in touch with us, and you can email us through the website that way as well.
Right.
Stacey, thank you so much.
Oh, thanks
The
for having
information
me.
is invaluable.
It's priceless, really,
It really, really is.
especially for our senior population, which is so growing and so enormous that what you just
Right.
did on Meals on Wheels, what Stephen ended up bringing up, just in its fact alone, is going to be obviously a big help because, of
Right.
course, with Thanksgiving coming around the corner and the holidays and
I can't
really
believe
that
it.
isolation, depression can really set in if you don't have those resources or even that help out there.
Yeah.
And knowing that somebody is on your side or on your team is
Right.
huge. So
No. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Stacey, so much, and it's great all that information. I really want to thank Stacey for coming out. Of course, Stephen, my co-host today. And I'm David with Senior Life Publication. If you want a free subscription, give me a call at 727-430-5180, or you can go online at seniorlifepublications.com.
We also want to thank once again Village Inn here on 4th Street South in St. Pete. They also have 2 other locations. There's one on Bay Pines Boulevard, and there's one in Largo off of Walshingham Road. But listen, holidays, pies, call. That's all you need to know.
Well, thank you so much for joining us again. And you can find us on our new YouTube channel, Ask the Expert. So if you can go on YouTube and hit that subscribe button, we really appreciate it because we want to bring you more important and also interesting information that seniors are going to want to know about more every month. So we hope you have a great day. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.